We welcome from the Cobourg Kodiaks General Manager John Webb. John, welcome. And Eric Graham, Vice President of Marketing. How are you doing, guys? It's been a long time since we've had a chance to sit down and chat.
Yeah, it was a long winter.
It was a long winter, right?
Yeah,
With
sure
no
was.
lacrosse
Yep.
for you. Fourth season you're going into. Take us back over the past 3 seasons and the progress you've seen with the team right from the get-go here in Cobourg.
Well, I mean, it's been a whirlwind actually. Even though it's been going into our 4th season, we started out in 2016, getting the team from Kitchener, and we had one NLL player on our roster,
Right.
Joey Capito,
Right.
who's coming back again as our captain this year. But now fast forward to 2019, and I believe we're going to have 13 to 14 full-time NLL players in our lineup every night. So we're really excited to get going.
Talk to us a little bit about that impact that it has, going back to year one with just one,
Yeah.
and now with 13 or 14. I mean, that's going to be huge.
Yeah, it's going to be. I mean, going back, we were scrambling for players. So, we were reaching out to senior B players, and all of them were great players in their own right. But when you add that skill that NLL players offer, and just that compete level, the experience of playing professionally every night, it's going to be huge advantage for us this year.
And the entertainment factor, of course, for your fans that are coming
For sure.
out, that's huge,
Yeah,
right?
For sure. And also, having all those NLL guys offers the opportunity to be much more competitive in this league, because this league is full of NLL players.
Right.
Yeah, we have lots going on this year actually for fans. As you know, we won't be broadcast on your TV this season. So fans should come out and watch the games. We will be streaming all of our games.
Right.
This year, we're streaming all the games for all the teams this year, which is great.
Okay. And that's a pay-per-view situation,
That
right?
is a pay-per-view, yeah. But our tickets are the same as they were in 2016, so it's $5 for a child, $10 for a senior student, and $15 for an adult. So our prices are great, still cheaper than the Lakers.
Right. Okay.
So the Lakers fans should come on down and certainly watch the Lakers play the Kodiaks, but come and see the Kodiaks play the other teams in the league as well, because it's great entertainment for lacrosse fans.
It is great entertainment and a great facility as well. Talk to us a little bit about the Cobourg Community Centre and that being your home.
It's been a great place to play. I mean, it seats about 2,000 people. We average about 700 to 800 people a game, and that's not being very successful.
Okay.
I think this year, going into this season, we expect to be very competitive. So we expect that fan support to grow with every game that we play.
Right.
It's a perfect venue. There's not a bad seat in that arena.
That's for sure.
Air conditioning,
Licensed.
so people can sit down, have a beer, and watch some great lacrosse.
What is the fan experience like when they come out for a game?
Well, first of all, they're seeing a great game, and as we improve with more NLL players, the game gets faster. And actually, that's one thing people say. I mean, hockey's a fast game because they're on skates, but lacrosse is so quick. So the games themselves are fast and exciting. But outside of that, we have, during the first intermission, we invite all the kids to come out, as long as they have a helmet, gloves, and a stick, come out on the floor and toss the ball around during the first intermission.
Right.
Second intermission, we have our frisbee toss and our very popular Where's Cody, where one lucky fan will get to come on the floor, and using fan participation, they'll be blindfolded and they'll have to find Cody, and then walk away with a Kodiaks prize pack.
Right. Excellent.
Yeah,
That's actually really fun. You did that right back from the very first season, did you not? I remember that happening. That's fantastic. And going back again to the very first season is when you brought in your coach, Jamie Dubrick, and he's back for a 4th year.
Yeah, Jamie, I mean, right from year one, Jamie and I sat down with Eric, and we had a 4-year plan. We wanted to make the playoffs in year 4. We realized that this is an all-star league. These are the best of the best of the best lacrosse players in the world, and it's going to take some time to grow it. And we believe we're there now. So going into our 4th year, with our coaching staff, Jamie as head coach, I think we're going to go there.
You think so this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you have coming back, player-wise, from last year?
Well, I mean, starting with, we talked about Joey Capito as our captain. Both our goalies are back. We actually have Kevin Orlman, who was with Georgia this winter in the NLL. Coming out of retirement again is Kevin Croswell.
Okay.
You may remember him from
Yeah.
from 2017. He went up and beat the Lakers and had a really successful season with us. He's coming back. Rookie standout, Steph Charbonneau's back. along with Colton Armstrong, Dylan Hutchison, and some great draft picks that we have, like Scott Dominey, Mitch Gustafson, and others. So we're really excited that way.
Kyle Killen's back.
On offense, we've got Kyle Killen back,
Right.
Ryan Lee, and on the left side we'll have Dan Lomas, Brandon Robinson, and Connor Goodwin. Back from 2016, we have Mike Triolo. Mike Triolo nickname is Tree because he's
Right.
6'8".
He can move.
Yeah, he's played out west for the last couple of years, but he phoned me up in the winter and said, I want to come back and play in Cobourg this summer.
Wow.
So that's an excellent addition as well.
Talk to us a little bit about training camp that was held back on Saturday the 11th. How'd that go?
It went great. We had 14 runners. It was more of a tryout situation because a lot of our guys are still either playing in the NLL now or nursing wounds they got from playing in the NLL.
Right.
So they're a little banged up, so we gave them the day off. So I think we had 3 or 4 regulars out, and the rest were players trying to try out.
Right. You talk about the team that's coming back and some of the names. I mean, the team looks great on paper. Lacrosse very similar to hockey. Is that the same as well? Just because it looks great on paper, you don't know what's going to happen until the season starts, or is there some certain things, a certain level of success you can count on just by looking at who you have?
Yeah, I think you can count on a level of of success just by the amount of talent that's going to be on the floor. Like I said, we are going to have 13 to 14 NLL players, and that matches any team in the league. And that's where we need to be to compete on every given night.
Right. Relatively short season. Again, only 9 games, and that's got to present a challenge in itself.
Only 9 home games.
Oh, 9 home games.
That's right.
It's still, I mean, so that's 9 home, 9 away. That's still a relatively short season to be able to predict something, to be able to predict success. Because
Absolutely.
I mean, so that just makes the key of getting off to a great start that much more important.
Yes, and we put the pressure right on ourselves because when we sat down and did the schedule, we thought, how do we start the season right? So we're doing 4 games in the first week, which is pretty tough on our players. But we have a young, fast team, and we believe that we're going to hit the season running in shape. We play on the Sunday, then Wednesday, Friday, Sunday.
Wow.
And so, there's almost a quarter of our season in the first week, and we hope to get off to a successful start.
Is there a certain risk to that? I mean, again, with players coming out of the NLL and coming in and not being completely 100% healthy and then hitting 4 games in a week.
Yeah, I think we're going to have everybody healthy now.
Okay.
So all of our players, with the exception of Chris Kluche, are finished their NLL season. So they're going to have a minimum of 3 weeks off in between the finish of the NLL and our first home game on June 2nd.
Right. Talk to us a little bit about the fan support and stuff, going back to the very beginning and how it's grown over the last 3 years and now going into the 4th season.
Fan support has been tremendous. We have a core group of fans who are with us every game. John was mentioning earlier that we have 700-800 people, but there have been some nights where we have seen over 1,000 people. Generally for Lakers games, and a lot of Lakers fans come down, which is great.
Right.
But the fan support has been terrific. Also, local business support, the communities. Cobourg Nissan's back with us again.
And they've been on since the very beginning, right?
Right from the beginning, yeah. Tyler Campbell is a lacrosse fan, and he's been very supportive all the way along. But we have several other businesses that have been with us right from the beginning. And their support is necessary, and it's greatly appreciated, and it's fantastic. And we're a small market team. Cobourg's a small market, and we're drawing from Northumberland, but
Right.
To have that kind of support, and as we grow, we expect to have more support as we go on.
You mentioned sponsorship, so talk about sponsorship opportunities for businesses that want to come on board with a very exciting product, but again, going into its 4th year.
Sponsorship, you can sponsor anytime. Our program has gone to press, so even if you want to sponsor this year, we'll get you a next year's program.
Right.
But we can do jersey sponsorship. There's banner sponsorship. We can get you on the jumbotron. There's lots of opportunities to get your logo and your company name out there, as well as in exchange we give tickets that they can give away to business acquaintances or to staff and get them out to the game. I think getting people in the seats, once people are there, they want to come back. It's so exciting to watch the games, and the support comes with that.
Right. Talk to us about the brand, the Kodiak, the Cobourg Nissan Kodiaks brand, and how that's growing, and where you're taking that in the future.
Well, I think it's become far more recognized. And it's great to see when you walk down the street and actually see people, and I still get excited when I see, there's somebody wearing a Kodiaks hoodie or a Kodiaks t-shirt. It's great to see that that's something that we brought to Cobourg, and that we're growing in the success of the players that we brought and the success of the game. And every year we have more wins, and that's generating kids wanting to be more, more into the lacrosse. And it's the same thing with years and years ago when John was sitting at my dining room table and said, "I'm going to bring lacrosse to Northumberland, you're going to help." And we started the Northumberland minor lacrosse system when we started seeing kids that taking the lacrosse sticks to school, and
that's got to be really cool.
Oh, it's a great feeling to see that.
Very gratifying.
Yeah.
Right. So talk to us then about the state of the game. The state of the game, lacrosse. I mean, it is making a bit of a resurgence. Or it was when you guys first came around too, right? Is that continuing? Is that countrywide?
It goes in ebbs and flows. I think at our peak we were at just over 500 kids registered in Northumberland minor. And then, we got out of it, and I think we had such a passion for the minor program. It kind of lapsed for a couple of years. Now the new minor executive is incredible. They just want to grow the game, just like we did.
Right.
So we see that passion whenever we talk to them, which is fantastic to see. So that's why we're so excited to work with them and just give their kids free tickets. Come and watch these adults, these pros play, and want to be like them. And the same with Quinte Bayhawks, which there were a couple of members from Northumberland who lived out in Belleville.
Right. Okay.
So now they've started their own, and I believe they've got almost 150 kids registered this year. So we reached out to them and thought, let's offer them and get them to come to the games and try and grow it that way as well, grassroots style.
Right. Do you know anything about the growth around the rest of the province, the rest of the country? Like, is it?
Overall, it's growing, but it seems to be in the popular pockets, which we need to have more exposure, better marketing for the game, and I think that's when you're going to see it grow. North America has seen a real increase in lacrosse, but it's in the U.S. It's growing leaps and bounds over Canada, in both field and box lacrosse.
And why do you think that is?
I think U.S. lacrosse has really put a lot of money towards marketing and exposure for the game. They have a professional field league down there to go along with the National Lacrosse League, Box League.
Right.
But now this year is a new professional lacrosse league, and it's going to be huge because they've got a deal with CBS Sports where they're going to broadcast every game.
Okay, that's huge.
Exactly. The exposure is amazing.
Internationally, lacrosse is taking off as well. All across Europe, it's going like crazy as well.
Right. And that can only help here for sure as well. How big of a boost is it for the Toronto Rock to be so close? I know when the season starts, my Facebook page explodes with fans of the Rock, and I'm getting updated pictures and scores all the time. That's got to help.
You know what? I wish it would, because people don't realize, I don't think, that the same players that are playing in the National Lacrosse League for the Toronto Rock and every other NLL team are the same players playing in our league.
Right.
So when you go out and you see Nick Rose playing in goal for the Toronto Rock, well, 2 Sundays, he's going to come to Cobourg and you can watch him play against the Cobourg Kodiaks. Mm-hmm. So I think people need to realize that these are the professional players, the best players in the world playing in this league. And you get to watch them right at home, which is pretty cool.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. So where does that marketing responsibility come from? And I'm not talking now down here at your level, but I mean nationally, as far as the country goes, with what the States is doing so much better marketing, who does that lay on?
Well, I think a lot of the responsibility lies on the CLA, Canadian Lacrosse Association, and then filters down to each provincial association.
Right.
And I don't think we do a good enough job at promoting it at the higher levels for these younger kids to aspire to. Other hockey, baseball, basketball, you know who the professional stars are, and all the kids want to be them. And I don't think we do enough at that level to showcase those professional athletes.
Right. Chance for an opportunity for you to expose that to
we
the
try.
Toronto Rock fans.
Yeah. John handles all our social media, which is great, and we take our own photos at the games and we push those on the website and through social media and try and get people excited of seeing these great shots of the action and the the speed of the game, try and get them to come in. The more people who know about it, the more interest there'll be.
Right. Go ahead.
I was just saying, our social media, we have a great following on our social media, and it's been very interactive, especially in the past 6 months.
Right.
Where our followers are starting to realize, wow, these guys are really good. Guys like Kyle Killen, Ryan Lee, I think Ryan and Kyle each had about 70 points in the NLL this past winter.
Right.
So they're amazing young players, and our fans get to watch them every night here in Cobourg.
How close are we to some homegrown talent reaching this level, the level of the Kodiaks, like coming up from the Nemesis and stuff? Like,
well, pretty close, I would think. I mean, we have several players now who graduated from a midget team that I coached a couple of years ago,
right,
that are playing Junior C. My son just signed with Junior A Lakers,
right.
So he'll be playing. They start Friday night. So yeah, I mean, he's only 17, so he's got another 4 years of junior.
Right.
But yeah, there's some great young athletes coming up, and some great young lacrosse players.
See, and that's got to help too with if you get the local boys,
yes,
involved.
As we grow the game here too,
right.
Hopefully we can have those junior programs in Northumberland,
yes,
so that we don't have to send our kids to play in Peterborough, that they'll be able to play Junior C here and Junior A here, and then we can draw from them like the Lakers or some of the other teams do in the league.
Is that close at all to becoming a reality?
I think it's closer than we think. I think that our program, along with neighboring communities like Clarington and now Quinte, I think we're going to be able to promote it enough to have a Junior C or Junior B club. Maybe not Junior A for a while, because that's pretty high level, but definitely Junior C or Junior B in the near future.
Right. Okay. Sunday, June 2nd. It all gets underway with your home opener. Talk about your home opener. Who are you playing?
We're playing Brooklyn. So Brooklyn, they used to be called the Redmen.
Right.
They have recently changed their name to the Brooklin Lacrosse Club. Obviously, we have a pretty big rivalry with them.
Yes.
I think we had some very tight games last year. We put a beating on them here at home. I think 12-3, one game here in Cobourg last year, and we plan to do the same on June 2nd.
Should be very exciting. It all gets underway at 6 p.m. Remind us again, ticket prices.
Adults are $15, students and seniors is $10, children are $5.
Anything special planned for the fans for opening night?
Yeah.
Other than that big route?
Yeah, no, we have opening ceremonies are going to be pretty exciting. We've got some special events planned, and then along with our normal game day experience, and of course Cody.